Hey guys, welcome to the channel today. It's Avangel and we have a 3-in-1 for you today. It's a short video, but it's the 3-for-1. Now, the first thing you'll see here is a very weird looking Cessna 172. Yes, this is the Cessna 172 Skyhawk Taildragger Classic by Bagley, the guy who made the Bush version with track gear. We get the Bush version that's a Taildragger, which is much more suited to the job. This, of course, is a 210 horsepower STC with stall kit. It's got the stall cuffs. We have the Bush tyres, and it comes in both G1000 and Classic cockpit versions if you have the Premium Edition. And you can also now get the update for the track version with the Classic cockpit too. And we are not only in Region 4 from the World Update 4 in France, so gorgeous updated textures around the French Alps, and mapping of course, and 3D modelling, but we're here at Meribel. Now, what is so special about Meribel? Well, Meribel not only is a gorgeous ski resort in the French Alps, but it's a gorgeous airport with a ski jump runway, not quite as severe as Corcheval, which is only a moment or two away, but a little golf course down there, and a gorgeous ski resort airport for you to fly into for your imaginary ski trips, or if you are a discerning individual who also likes the two-wheeled version of bush planes, mountain bikes, Meribel may sound familiar, because it is a sometime host of the UCI's Downhill World Championship series, and it hosts one of the French rounds some years. So Meribel is a very much sought after mountain biking destination as well as for skiing. So skiing during the summer, or winter, that's the way around I mean, and mountain biking in the summer. So this, of course, being an Orbx airport, you have gorgeous modelling, gorgeous texturing, and a beautiful atmosphere for an airport, especially in 2020 where it fits in so beautifully. Although that aft truck looks extremely oversized for an airport this small, you have a gorgeous experience. And this is $12. 12 Australian dollars, which makes it approximately maybe £3? I don't know. I think the Australian dollar is relatively weak. But we are going to get on our way today here and go flying for a short little trip out to Corcheval. So beacon on. That's my alternator, not my battery. There we go. Let's knock on our fuel pumps. Cut off. Tank select. Let's go for a start. Make sure the parking brake's set there. Alternator avionics. We are good to go. Flip on the other lights we need. No, we don't want that much. We only want that much. Of course, it has 4 stages of flaps now with this upgraded version, which is lovely to have. Okay, we are good to go. We're all tuned up. So it's not a very long flight today. We're actually a moment or two away from Corcheval where we want to be. So we're going to take off here. And this runway is quite interesting. There we go. Brakes are good. Because it, of course, being a ski jump, it makes it a little bit interesting. You want to take off downhill always, regardless of the wind conditions. So try and line myself up there visually. Little tower on our right. Just roll over the edge here. And as it wants to kick to the left. Power on as the tail comes up. And we're good to pull away. Nicely done. Right, so we'll just pull that back here. We'll pull our flaps in. And I'm going to go outside so you can take a look at the gorgeous scenery around us. Welcome to... yeah. Welcome to Meribel. It is a beautiful region here. And we're going to just come around here. You can see the village below us. You'll see Upper Meribel there, which is where the ski lift comes down to. And a lot of the events happen, like the mountain biking actual finish areas down there. In fact, I think you can just about see the exit of the trail. It should be around here. But then we have the village proper of Meribel, with the hotels and the ski chalets and all the trappings of an Alpine village. Exactly what we want for an adventure. And World Update 4 has done an absolute masterpiece to the French Alps. They look stunning now. Absolutely breathtaking. And with airports like this for such a cheap price as payware, why would you not want to fly in this region? Sure, it's not real bush flying, and yes, this plane is a complete overkill for this area. But look at this. This is absolutely breathtaking. I can't wait for them to do a World Update covering Alaska properly. Because, yeah, unfortunately it kind of didn't really. As we still have lots of errors, of course, in that region. Meribel down below us is a gorgeous little stop and a great place to have as a destination, flying from somewhere else in France or Europe and coming in here, pretending you're going on a little skiing trip. What a good idea. Either way, we're hopping to Corcheval today. It's not a long flight, so we shouldn't take too long to get there. It should be just around the bend, in fact. It's a very short video today. I don't know why I'm worrying about it being short, but at the same time, you know what? It covers the bases. And it covers exactly what we need to basically say, that that airport is tiny. Don't need to say much about it, but it's gorgeous and it's cheap. And if you like Orbx airports, which have basically no impact at FS 2020, you want this one. It's gorgeous, and it's so close to Corcheval, you can go in and out of the crazy runways all day. Now, this aircraft, of course, being freeware, link is in the description as always, is a stunner to actually have in your hangar, and well worth having. I can't fault it, actually. It looks beautiful, and it flies great. So Corcheval should be over there to our right, which means we're going to come out here and turn around and come back in. I should be able to set the runway there. I have it in sight out my window. So we'll loop around and come in for a landing, and it should make this relatively simple to do. This region, of course, also improved by new elevation maps and new texturing in some places, new satellite imagery, so you get a much better impression of the region. And look at that. That is, apart from the whopping great tear, Asobo, in your mountain near one of your handcrafted airports. I don't know how they manage this, but they have done it quite a lot. They have these gorgeous handcrafted airports that they clearly put a lot of effort into. And then some idiot didn't check the world mesh nearby, and you always end up finding these gashes there. Like they didn't properly test anything, and like when they opened it to a public alpha and beta, people didn't do any testing either, because guess what? They just play it. They don't actually test. So let's bring it round onto runway heading here for Corcheval. This should be no problem whatsoever for a bush plane like this. Of course, the 172 trike is not, Taildragger is not exactly a super common thing in the bush, but it's more than capable. I'm going to pretend it's a 182 or a 185 until we get something better. Because at this horsepower and as a Taildragger, the only difference is it's got a rear window. The 185 was simply an older design. They've just endured longer in the bush. And for me, for now, it will do until I get one. Although I hope when we do get one, maybe if Coronado release theirs and it's not terrible, that at least we'll have working doors and windows, which is something I really miss, Asobo. Could you please make the doors work? Thank you. It's a small thing, but we flight simmers care about it. We like to pretend we're flying a plane. Let us open the doors and the windows and move the visors. It's not a lot of work. You're spending hours... See, another tear in the world. You're spending hours fine-tuning and going and flying the real planes to make them more realistic. Make the doors work. It's small, but we like it. Okay, we're nerds. We like the little things. A little bit of power on here. As we come in for a landing. Look at that. Butter. There's a little tiny chirrup as we need to put power on here to crest the top of the runway. But this should be no issue for us as we come up. And over the top. Nice. And we arrive at Corcheval. Which, I'm not sure if this changed, but it might have done. I can't promise. Where are we going? Over there. This will do nicely. Now, I'm not going to shut... Well, I will shut it down, actually, because it makes more sense to. Okay, parking brake is on. Leaving the battery on, because you guys will screw me over and tab out of the game if I actually do that. So... let's have a quick look around. I've never really looked around Corcheval per se. I remember it being a lot bigger, or there being less parking space, but apparently there's a lot more than I realised, as this thing is cracked AF. Looks like the average Hollywood after-show party. Lodge across the side. The beautiful mountains surrounding the area. Not a bad little destination to actually fly into. Certainly something that the new helicopter in the sim would be a great option for visiting. Although we don't actually have any helipads here, although there's plenty of places to land one. I will say though specifically, this plane is great fun. It flies phenomenally, and it comes with a whole pack of liveries, and there's always add-on ones that will work for it as well, so I recommend it. It's free. I recommend Meribel because it is super cheap and awesome, and why not fly in somewhere this gorgeous? Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.